Let's discuss.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I will be checking out a new track from Stray from the Path. It is called Bread and Roses, and it features Jesse from Stick to Your Guns. This is taken from Stray from the Path's upcoming album, Euthanasia, which will be out on September 9th through Unified, so I will link all of the pre-orders, all their social media, as well as the music video or visualizer that I'll be using in today's reaction in the description. I saw this band live a couple of times, but most recently was this year in March. I saw the new single come up on my feed and I wanted to make a video. I haven't listened to a ton of Stray from the Path aside from seeing them live, so I'm hoping with the new album release it will maybe change that for me. So I'm not 100% sure what the new track will be like or what the real vibe of the new album is like, but I'm excited to check it out. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it.
To give up, to try and keep a kid locked in. Show them from the cold that's lasting. Beyond equals can't win until they control it. So give me bread and roses. You can stop.
That has to be the chorus, right? I like that a lot.
What is life when hearts starve as well as bodies? No one doesn't understand. In the end, we'll justify the means. So I justify the end.
This chorus is definitely the part for me so far.
Stray from the Path, Bread and Roses. Let's discuss. Standout chorus, solid main riff, also the variation of that main riff in the breakdown. Again, that chorus too, that was the main draw for me on this track. What really puts it above other songs that I enjoy from Stray from the Path, I think, will be that chorus. And it feels a little bit too like going out, having, while it's still like that main riff I'm talking about, some of the drumming too, really heavy. It's still, it's a little bit less, I guess, like in the vein of like, you know, the hardcore sound or the punk style on some of the vocal stuff. I think is really, some of the vocal delivery, lyrical topics and such, I think put them in certain categories. Not really, more on like vocal delivery for me personally is where it falls outside of my normal listening. Like in some of their tracks where it leans in like more in that direction, I don't find myself as drawn to it. And this goes back to a lot of what I talk about on the channel, like certain things that are, you know, that some people like more than others do and such. A lot of that has to do, I think, at least with where your roots lie in listening and such. Obviously what you listen to the most will be genres you enjoy, but like people who did a lot of like, you know, Sum 41 and such, and got into a more, not that, I know some people would be like, this is not, but I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about real early listening before you really like dive into picking more of your own, like exploring bands and stuff, if that makes sense. Like for me, I did a lot of listening to Blink 182 and such. Avril Lavigne would be one that I would put. So I'm talking about like, you know, real early stuff that I think that really affects like what you enjoy. I'm getting so off topic on this, but anyway, when it comes to their other stuff and it leans more in that direction of like that vocal style and the instrumentals kind of match up with that energy, and it's got some repetition going, that stuff doesn't appeal to me as much as it does for other people. And it's strictly stylistically, like it's not the vocals themselves or anything, it's just that style that I don't listen to a ton. Whereas something like this, it feels different while still having that, you know, the vocals delivery still feels very much what I've seen from Stray from the Path, other than the chorus is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about from Drew on the verses and such. But in this song, I think it must be a lot of like the instrumental matching that sways where I fall, because with this will be something that I do revisiting on. I don't think that it will be like my number one played song, like, you know, when Invent Animate puts out a new song and I listen to it like 20 times in one day, but this will be probably my most listened to Stray from the Path song, I think. And it goes between the chorus, that drumming like I was talking about, the energy in it, as well as just like the overall production of the song, really making it so that like it's sort of, I don't know, just like having that energy in the drums while, you know, one of the things I'm talking about sort of putting them off of my repeats is the same thing. Does that make sense? I'm using sort of like a weird word choice, but basically this is my favorite song I've heard from Stray from the Path, but not just because of the chorus on it, because I feel like that will be what like most people think, well, yeah, you like the, but it just wasn't just that for me. I am struggling with these words today, but like if you listen to the very ending of the song and sort of like over the instrumentals, like I think it might have been synth, I can't like hear it over in my head after just listening to it once, but just going into the outro, so like being able to match that energy that, you know, is delivered in some of those verses I'm talking about vocally with instrumentals that sort of play into other directions and can match up to a chorus like this. I really enjoy that. So I think I heard Guillotine from this, that's a single off of this upcoming album as well, and I saw that live when I saw them on the Underoath tour in March that I was talking about, and it was a lot of fun to see this band live. That's why I wanted to be sure to, you know, talking about how in their discography I don't do a ton of revisiting and stuff. The reason that I wanted to do a video for the new single is because I really enjoyed their live performance, so it made me want to make a video for the new track, and I'm very glad I did so, because as I said, this will be something I do revisiting on. So yes, let me know what you thought in the comments. I'm not sure, I won't do a full album reaction for this, but I'll probably grab like a track or two once it drops. That's again September 9th for this. I will link any pre-orders, merch, that sort of stuff in the description, but I'll get like you know, the consensus of the people who have already listened to it before I make videos, and get a couple track suggestions and try to get some videos when the album comes out. But I will give the album a full listen. Just making a whole video is something different. So those are my thoughts. Excited to listen to the album, though I think this will probably be something that sits a little bit different than the rest of the album, based on what I was talking about too. Like, you know, their sound is a lot of what goes into that, like, you know, the punk hardcore style while mixing with other stuff. So the riff on this, I didn't really talk about the variation either very much, other than like breezing over it in the beginning. But you know, you have that main riff right off the beginning. You get introduced to it, used throughout the song, but it switches up in that breakdown, and it's got like the screech and stuff. So I don't really know the correct terminology for that, but I really dug that. It was really cool to me because, you know, going into that breakdown, I was like, oh, so this is that same riff, but then it, you know, so I really dug that as well. That detail was another like fine point for me, I think, as well. So those are my thoughts. Again, all the links and such you need for Stray from the Path will be in the description. Other than that, you can also find my link tree, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I talk about in every single video. We've got channels for music-related conversation, like new music, listening parties, Last FM stats, things like that. And then we also have conversation unrelated to music, like video games, computers, a ton of different things. So if you're interested in coming and join, check out the community. That will be there along with my Instagram profile link. On Instagram, I do post all music related content sometimes on my story. If I post a new YouTube video, I'll post that on my story, a new song that I found, that type of stuff. And then I post a chart every Friday of what I've listened to the most each week. Singles, albums, EPs, whatever I've been listening to, the top 25 and how much I've listened to them. And then I post merch, since I have a merch collection that is forever growing, constantly getting new stuff. So I'll post that, and then if I've been to a show recently and have pictures or videos to share from the show, I will post about that as well. You get the idea. So again, that will be in the link tree in the description, but my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, if you have any interest in following me. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.